It's a great time to be alive. Welcome back, Star Beings. My name is Anthony. Welcome to Spiritual Ascension, where we honor our soul and serve our life's purpose. So today we're going to be talking about first contact. Now, there's a lot to cover before we even get to first contact, but I just want to give you guys kind of like a brief vision of what that's going to look like. I'm also working on an animated type of project that I'm going to be releasing on this channel, and I'm excited. It's going to come out later this year, but I'm going to be working on that to kind of give you guys a visual of what it's going to look like. So first of all, we are not alone in the universe. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of multidimensional races out there. We're just one here. We're a multidimensional race called the human race here, but we are all star beings, meaning that we come from the stars just like every other multidimensional race. And so they've been making contact with us for years, from the beginning of, civilization, really. They've been around helping us. That's why we've advanced so far in this planet, how we advanced so far at a quick pace. They've definitely been a large part. And when I say they, multi races, not just one race, not just two races. You can't just blame it on the Anunnaki or say it's the Greys or Zetas. There's all the races have their hands in it, or most races have their hands in it, and they've helped us get to this point in our evolution, because we have evolved over the last couple thousands of years faster than any race possible. I mean, it's just unbelievable how fast we've changed, and if we never were interfered with or our DNA was never tampered with, we wouldn't even be where we are today with this technology. So they've definitely been in our lives and been visiting this planet for a long time. Now, we all heard of government conspiracies and government hiding information from the public, and all of this stuff is true. Like, that's definitely happening, but we got to stop looking at the government and start looking within ourselves. What I mean by that is we all are multidimensional beings. We all come from different planets, all right? So our soul is a multidimensional soul, and all of our souls come from the same place in the universe. We all come from God source energy. And what that means is that it doesn't matter what planet you live on. It doesn't matter if you live on this planet or what planet you live on, and there's hundreds of thousands of planets right now that have life on it. Life as intelligent as we are, and life that obviously a little bit more intelligent than we are, or a lot more intelligent than we are. And so all of us on a soul level, we're all connected because we all came from the same source energy. So really there's nothing to fear, and they don't look at us, they don't look down upon us, or they don't look at us like we're some stupid race that can't evolve or anything like that. They really look at us as equals. And because they see us from a spiritual point, they know that we are them and they are us. And our soul came from the stars, meaning our souls are not necessarily human, right? Our souls are multidimensional. We can't just classify our soul as one specific type of race or being, but your soul definitely identifies through past lives of living specific experiences. For example, my soul comes from the Palladian star system, so I've lived several lives as a Palladian in past lives. That's one of the multidimensional races out there. I've also lived lives as a Zeta Reptilii. I've lived lives as other star beings, and of course every now and then I come to this planet as well. And so first and foremost, we have to understand that we're not alone in the universe. This is real. I mean, it's by the year 2023, most of the world is going to realize that extraterrestrials do exist, okay? It's not some comic book or some type of movie. They're not here to destroy us. They're not here to kill us. They're not here to take over our planet and our resources. And by the way, I always burn incense when I'm filming videos, so if you see smoke, nothing's on fire. It's just me burning incense, because it helps me connect, and it helps calm me to do these videos, to bring in a higher vibration. But with that being said, first contact, we are decades, maybe even a few centuries away from that. Because to be honest, on this planet right now, we cannot even get along with ourselves. We struggle just to get along with our neighbor. How many of you guys actually talk to your neighbor? How many of you guys know all of your neighbors? Right? As a society, we have shut ourselves off. Not everybody, but as a whole, we have shut ourselves off when we connect to other people. And we look at other people sometimes, not all of us, but sometimes we look at people and we think, oh, well, this person looks weird, or this person does this, or this person does that. And we do a lot of judging as human race, right? We're judgers. Not all of us, again, but there's a large portion of us that judge other people. And so if you think that, you know, we are judging other humans, we're not ready for the ET races to come down in a mass quantity to say, hey, guess what, everybody? Your governments have been lying to you. We're real, right? We're not ready for that. You might think we're ready for that, but we can't even get along. Until we have peace on this earth, until we can get along with our own people, how the heck are we supposed to get along with another race that looks nothing like us? Some of them do, but a lot of them look extremely different than the way we look, right? So that's one of the reasons why, because we have to raise our vibration, we have to raise our own consciousness, we have to connect to our higher selves, and we have to raise our vibration as a collective, as not just a society, but as a global collective, in order to bring in changes, okay? Changes in environmental, the way we look at our environment, changes with global warming, changes on how we treat this planet. This planet's a living organism that we abuse every single day. Again, not everybody, but as a whole, we really don't take care of our precious resources. And I love doing these videos in nature. You can see I have a beautiful river behind me. Love being out here. It's a great way to ground and connect to the earth while connecting to the stars at the same time. So first contact, what is it going to look like? Well, we are far away from first contact, as I mentioned earlier. So that's not going to happen for a very long time, but we can start preparing for that now. And so the more we talk about it, the faster it's going to come. The more we talk about it, the more we get comfortable with it, the faster it's going to come. And what first contact is going to look like is right now there is, and I'm a part of this. I've been a part of this my whole life, and I've mentioned on another video, and it's difficult to talk about this, but I have been abducted my entire life. And the more research I've done, and I've dug deeper and went through past life regressions and went through hypnosis regression of abductions, and of course, just without even hypnosis, just memories of a lot of the abductions in this lifetime that I've had, I figured out that it's actually been happening through my family's bloodline on my mother's side. And why do I mention that? Well, sometimes abductions happen like that, but what they're doing is they're modifying DNA for hybridization of children. And so I'm part of the hybridization. I have hybrid children out there, and a lot of us actually do. Some of you might not even realize that you have hybrid children out there, but we do. Not everybody, but a large portion of us do. When I say a large portion, I'm not saying the majority. I'm just saying a large portion of us. It's been stated before that up to 1/3 of our entire planet have been abducted. Up to 1/3 of all human civilization have been abducted through time. So, and then abductions come for different things. Sometimes they're scientific, sometimes they're just for all sorts of different purposes. And I agreed to this coming into this lifetime. It was a soul contract that I agreed to be taken for the hybridization program. And so what does that mean? Well, when first contact happens, you're not going to have a bunch of gray Zeta Reptilii aliens coming down that are going to scare the living bejesus out of us, right? I mean, they don't scare me. I think they're beautiful. But for a lot of people, the grays are very scary, right? And they're not a race that's going to come down and kill us and all these things like you see in movies. They're not like that at all. But the grays are not going to come down in mass groves, right? You're not going to have insectoid beings come down in mass groves, because it's going to scare the living bejesus out of us. So actually the first ones to make contact with us way down the line, again, this is not for decades up to even centuries from now, but there's going to be hybrid children and hybrid adults that come. And these hybrid children are our ancestors. They have human DNA, right? And they also have multidimensional alien DNA. And so they look just like us, except they have a little bit larger eyes than we do. And of course, they're highly intelligent. And They look really, I mean, they just, as a spitting image right of us. I mean, they look just like us, except for a little bit larger eyes, and then of course some of the body proportions are a little bit different, but overall they look just like us. And let's be honest, when something comes down from the stars, right? When I say something, when a multidimensional comes down from the stars and lands on this planet, the more they look like us, the more accepting we're going to be. At least at this point in our history, let's be honest with ourselves. If they look completely different from us, it's going to be a scary thing for a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to feel threatened. But if somebody comes down and you see children walk off a ship and they're our ancestors, they let us know, like, we have your DNA inside of us. And this is what the hybridization program's about. Now, there's different hybridization programs out there. Some of them are for just reproduction of races that have been extinct or races that are going to be extinct. We're not going to get into all those right now, but I just kind of want to let you know what first contact's going to look like. And it's going to be hybrid children and hybrid adults coming down that look pretty much like us, except, like I said, a little bit larger eyes, and definitely non-threatening looking. And there's a purpose for that, because when they're non-threatening looking, it's going to create a sense of calm within us, and a sense of wonder, and a sense of excitement, because they look just like us, right? And so there's hybrid races like the Yael. The Yael is actually, if you remember the story about the Phoenix Lights, I think it was in 1997 over Phoenix, Arizona. It was seen by thousands of people. That was actually the Yael race. That was one of their ships. It's like I don't know, it's called a boomerang ship. It's kind of a boomerang or a triangle ship, but that was them. So that's what we're going to see. That's what we're going to experience. That's what first contact is going to look like when it does occur. It's going to be through hybrid children and hybrid adults that look just like us. So that's coming decades from now. We're going to do more videos about first contact. Like I said, I'm working on a huge project I can't wait to release, but it's going to take some time because I really want to put a lot of hard work into it. But I just wanted to give you a small glimpse of what first contact is going to look like. And also wanted to let you know that the hybridization program is going on right now to this day. It's still going on, and people are still being taken every day. But this is the purpose for it. This is the number one purpose for it right now. It might not have been the case 50, 60 years ago, but it's changed. And a lot of the abductions are for these hybrid races that are going to be coming down during first contact. And just in case you're wondering, hybrid races, these hybrid children and hybrid adults, they can live up to 400 years, 300, 400, 500 years old. And it's because they're modified, their DNA is modified where they're not going to get cancer. They're not putting all this junk in their body like we do. It's a completely different way of living. It's the best way of living possible. So that's what it's going to look like. There's more videos I'm going to be making about this, so definitely stay tuned if you're interested. This is just kind of like a small little example of what we can expect. I'm going to dive a lot deeper into that topic, of course, and other topics as well. So thanks for joining me on this video. It's a beautiful day to be alive, guys. Thanks so much. Have an energetic day, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Take care. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.